This is an episode of the Soul Finder podcast that, quite frankly, I don't know if you're going to listen to it or not, if you're going to hear it, because I may not upload this episode. If you're listening to it, that means I uploaded it, and it went great, and you need to listen to the whole thing. If you didn't hear this episode, you don't know that we even recorded it.
That's a good point.
But we're going to talk about something that Kathy brought up when she first came in here. And I'm not comfortable talking about it. And I don't think Kathy's too comfortable talking about it because we don't have at least I know I don't have a solid answer.
Oh.
But we're going to talk about lying to your kids about certain
Life events.
folklore, stories, characters that all kids believe in. Mm-hmm. And maybe they do exist. Maybe the tooth fairy does exist.
I know.
You would know.
It's magic.
So as we record this, we're only about 9 days away from Christmas in 2022. And it came up about certain Christmas traditions and how comfortable are we, letting our kids experience the magic of the season versus the reality of the season.
Right.
And is there anything wrong with a little magic?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But do I think it's wrong to lie to our children? Yes. So how do you combine the two?
That's where I was going to go. I said, well, you just figure out a way to combine it. The how to do it is the hard part. I mean, my generic answer would be, okay, yeah, you're not lying to your children, but you need to be prepared when they find out the alternative facts.
So how can you not call it a lie? That you told them there's this man that exists that brings gifts to the whole world and leaves them on Christmas Eve. And you wake up on Christmas morning and they're under the tree magically.
Because it's the idea.
Yes.
It's the concept.
Yes.
And when your kid's old enough to understand the difference between concepts and reality, maybe... Well, okay, let's go backwards.
Okay.
What's the harm in lying? And there is. I'm not debating you.
No.
So what's the drawback of lying to your kids?
Well, the drawback is that you're being a role model and they think it's okay. The reason we lie is just try to stay in balance. Mm-hmm. And everybody lies. Everybody lies. As you work on healing yourself, you start to drop a lot of the lies, but there's times you still lie. That's an evolvement of the soul too. And I think that the thing is that the more unhealed that you are, which I refer to as being beginners on the path, the lower frequency you are, it's more black and white. And it's more like, oh, well, Mom and Dad lied to us. They said there was Santa Claus. Yeah. So it's okay to lie. Oh, that's why Mom says this guy that we see when we're out with her, that he's just a friend, but it looks like they kiss. What's going on?
Okay, that's where I was going with the what's the harm? And just, my answer to that question would be that the harm is your kid never believes anything you say.
Exactly.
From that point on. And I think I can solve that issue by teaching my kid the difference between a concept and reality, a lie and a theme.
Magical season of the year.
Yeah.
And we use, I guess where maybe the issue that we have is in the materialistic part, because it's like the tooth fairy. Instead of leaving a sweet little note or something, it's money. Instead of the Easter bunny leaving a sweet little note or something, it's always stuff. It has to be candy and stuffed animals. And Christmas is the same way. If we were taught to do deeds of good or something for other people, we might be able to turn that to even a more realistic, magical season and still have. I mean, I love getting out around Christmas time because I feel so much of everyone's energies. And literally, I hate to admit this, but I will go to the grocery store just to feel the energy of everyone getting ready for the season.
Yeah, I don't want to lose my man card, but it's kind of cool.
And it's nice to feel the collective at a higher level and excited about something. And to see the lights and stuff, it's pretty.
Okay, let me ask you this. Not having kids, I love giving advice to parents. Could you teach your kid that everyone can be Santa Claus?
Absolutely, I think so.
You can be Santa Claus. And, I do this with my special needs basketball team. And I almost want to make it a charity on its own. But I think there's too many charities out there anyway. But having my kids that get so much help from other people, having them help others. Because it gives them a sense of purpose.
Absolutely.
Sense of satisfaction. They know they're getting help from other people. And for them to be able to
give back too.
Look, everyone, no matter where you're, that's an absolute the way I'm saying it, but it really is almost an absolute. Everyone can help someone else.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And I think that's what we should gear the season to more and keep the magic in it, keep the suspense. That's what makes it fun for the kids. And you saying you don't have kids, you do. It may not be blood, but you do have kids because you care for those special need kids like they were your own. So you have kids. And that's one of the fallacies of this society, in my opinion, not to get off topic. But everyone has this core, hard belief that, by God, if you're not blood, you're not family. Or if you are blood, you are family, and I have to take care of you forever, no matter what you've done to me ever. And that I find a lot of conflict in those.
And I think by the time that your kid is old enough to really seriously question some of those stories and some of those beliefs, that he's developed enough to where you may have to be creative about it.
Right.
You definitely have to be intentional about it. But you could probably explain it so that your child will understand, well, it wasn't really a lie.
Right.
It's just...
And I think that all comes with the healing of the soul, because it's the same difference of the children that go with mom shopping and mom buys stuff and then she takes it home and hides it in the closet. Don't tell dad. And then she just brings it out a piece or so at a time because she has a problem with shopping and it's not being addressed, and she knows he's not present enough to really notice, or he doesn't care if it comes out piece by piece.
As long as he can play golf, he's cool.
And you have that, but this is what the children observe, and they learn from what they see.
Yeah.
They learn from what you do, not from what you tell them.
Do most parents know that? Once again, not being a parent.
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Okay.
No, I wished I'd known it.
That's really okay, because that to me seems like a very basic concept, not to insult people. I'm speaking way out of turn.
No, not at all. Not at all.
To me, that seems like parenting 001, not even 101.
Well, that is how I would explain that difference, is where our evolvement of soul was when we came in this time. Mm-hmm. You had a much higher evolvement in that area than what I did. Oh my God, I screwed up so many times parenting. I know a lot more now and would do it totally different, but That's not what I did when I had them and what they came up through. Lots of terrible mistakes. But that comes from being, in my opinion, that comes from being very unhealed.
Yourself.
Yeah, because you don't even see it because your filter's so cloudy and dirty yourself, and you're dealing with all the stuff going on. You don't even notice your children. You don't even notice what they're going through. You're just caught up in your own mess, and that's why people should be more healed when they have children. In
And
my
from what
opinion.
you've taught me, it is quite possible that your child is operating on a higher frequency.
Oh
than
yes.
you are.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because
Frequencies are not hereditary.
no, they come in, the children come in much higher frequency than the generation before them. Each generation comes in, most of them, I'm not saying 100%,
Yeah.
but most of the children come in, especially the warriors, they come in at a higher frequency than what their parents are. They all come in at higher frequencies, and they're coming in knowing much more of what they're supposed to do with their life. They're remembering quicker than the generations before them what was to be done
Can
with
you
their
lose
life.
that frequency? Can you fall?
Can you fall?
Your point system. Let's say you come in at a point level of 8.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
By the time you're 20, could it be down to like a...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because we have free will. Your choices can take you there. Absolutely.
And that's another thing with Kathy, and we'll close on this, is you gear your sessions to what people believe. You're not going to try and necessarily talk them into something they don't believe.
No.
But you just talked about free will, which is a concept in Christianity.
And there's no judgment as to where they are and what they've done. Because we all do everything. That's the only way we evolve our soul. We've all been and done everything that's possible. And if what we haven't, we're going to.
So you work with all sorts of people who have all sorts of different beliefs going into working with you.
Right.
From, I don't know, I was going to say from atheists to pastors. But you really offer that type of service because of the way you look at people.
And my job is to help everyone keep an open mind and to ask questions and to examine what they choose and see that they have a choice. Some people don't see, I didn't know I had a choice till I was really old. I mean, it depends on where you're at.
All right. Well, that's Kathy D. Carter, Soul Finder, kathydcarter.com. Check out the full archive of all the podcasts we've done. There's quite an extensive library there. We've been doing this.
I don't even know how long.
3 years?
3?
Yeah, we may have taken
We took a little break, but I don't remember how long we've been doing it.
but yeah, we've been doing it quite a while. And it's always fun to get to work with you. So I appreciate you, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yes.
Even
Merry
if you're
Christmas.
listening in July of 2026.
Keep the spirit.
There you go.